And we are live once again. It's the Dave K Show. How's everybody doing out there on this beautiful Tuesday morning? I have to say Tuesday because normally we're either on a Friday or Saturday on our weekend off, and Dave the Blu-ray's normally by my side. But today I'm running everything solo today because we have two very special guests in the studio, and pretty much today's the only day that we could really do something this week and make something happen or whatever. So before we introduce our two recurring guests, I should say, maybe make you think a little bit here about who's going to be on. I want to kind of first of all promote the Dave K Show real quick and let you know what we're doing and we're going to have coming up pretty soon. So today is our 41st episode or 41st podcast or whatever you want to call it. And so we're going to be celebrating our 50th podcast coming up November the 30th. And it's going to be a great, great party we're going to have. We're going to have limousines bringing our guests in, and all kind of stuff. We're going to have the red carpet, step and repeat. Also, our past musical guests are going to be playing some great music and everything. It's going to be really, really cool. Datha is going to be singing a special song, so you don't want to miss that for sure. She's been singing in the shower, practicing with her dog for the past couple months. And so she's got a very special song to sing to everybody live, so it's going to be really cool. Timmy's going to be backing up. Grant's going to be backing them up. We're going to have really, really cool stuff. The venue, we're narrowing down the venue right now, but it's going to be probably in the New Roads area. If we can't lock something down within the next week or so, it'll probably be in the Baton Rouge area. But we do know that November 30th will be the actual date that we're going to have it. So I want you guys to be looking for some of these posters coming out right here. So it's the Dave K Show posters. Pretty much says what we do. We're going to have these, some gas stations, businesses around the area. Basically, what we're all about is we're local news. We like to promote local music, call-ins, and opinions. We have a lot of opinions about what's going on, so that people come on and have their opinions too. Our website, davekshow.com, will be up in probably about another week. It's in the park stage right now. We're still designing it, so it should be ready to go pretty soon. So basically we represent Louisiana business, film, and music talent. That's kind of what we're all about, and we love to have people from Louisiana showcase those guys, get those guys out to the world, because we have a lot of great homebred talent in our state, and especially our local Baton Rouge area. Hey, New Orleans is great. We love New Orleans. They're our friends, but we like Baton Rouge area too. Okay, so without further ado, our next two guests coming up that we have today are two local filmmakers. They're veterans in the film industry in the Baton Rouge area and abroad, and they've done a lot of stuff in the past. The list is long. I can't go over everything because we only have an hour to talk about them. But what they're doing is they're promoting two very, very special events that are coming up pretty soon, and they got some great things coming up. And it's the VRS Media Group is going to be the company, and so representing VRS Media Group is Mr. Jeffrey Horner and Mr. Chuck Bush. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing good.
The David K Show, man. We're
right
doing awesome.
Hey, right up against the mic right there. Get that boomy radio voice.
Yes,
there you
okay.
Go. There you go.
How's that?
How y'all doing?
We're doing good.
Well, welcome back. I invited y'all back, and y'all took me up on the offer.
Absolutely. little microphone dysfunction there.
Yeah, and I think it just came unplugged there. Oh, gosh.
Hey, look, we're live, dude.
Yeah, we're live. So
it ain't Memorex, baby. It ain't Memorex.
That's right.
All right. So I'm going to get some more tabletop stands, but that's great. So the main reason we have y'all on, because y'all got so much stuff in the pot right now, but so two different things coming up, right? Tell us what those two things are.
I'm going to let Chuck run with it.
I ain't going to run nowhere, man. I am sedentary. The biggest thing right now, David, as you know, is our screenplay contest, our short subject screenplay contest. And last I looked, I didn't see a David K entry.
Mm-hmm.
So
hang on, better late than never. You heard that term?
That's it.
Well, no, not late. No, I'm sorry.
Say don't be late because October
right.
4th, 11:59 p.m. Cut off. Anything comes in.
You're not even going to give us a break? Come on.
No, man. As much as I love you, baby,
right.
Rules is rules.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And as you know, they for now have to remain nameless, but we do have 3 film industry professional judges that are going to be looking at everything.
Do I have 2 of those judges sitting here now?
No, you don't.
Okay.
You have neither.
Okay.
Neither one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of my hands.
I got you. Yep. There's a saying that goes, save the best for last, so just wait. We're coming.
Okay. Man, look, and I believe it, too. I've seen you work.
Right. Okay. Well, great. So that's a screenplay contest, so that's great. So what in the world got you, involved in that and go like, wow, we need to get a contest going? Like there's a lot of screenplay contests out there.
Sure. Well, there's a few. And I think the biggest thing is we just, talking amongst ourselves, really want to support film industry in Louisiana, of course, especially the Baton Rouge area. But this competition is actually open worldwide. We've already had someone contact us from Italy, so
great. Wow.
It's kind of a worldwide thing. But it really was to try to bolster the professional level of film here. As you know, Jeffrey's been doing this for over 30 years.
Yes.
I've been doing it going on 37 years in April.
Right.
And working at a very high level. And so we said, every waiter in Hollywood has a script behind his back, waiting to have Jan DeBar, one of those guys, come in and put it in front of him.
Yes.
And what separates the men from the boys or the ladies from the little girls in screenwriting, is they have a produced project. And for us, that's kind of the big deal. For our grand prize is going to be, we are going to produce the winning short subject screenplay.
Excellent, great. Well, hey, that's a deal you can't get in a lot of contests. Wow.
That's it. So it's not like $100. Here you go. Thank you very much.
Right.
It is, film professionals going, hey, we're gonna hunker down. We're gonna put a budget together, and we're gonna actually make this
amazing.
Because
wow,
our name is associated with it as well as the screenwriter, right?
Yes, right.
And so we just got to keep that level high.
That is amazing. So of course, some people have these visions of grandeur, these stories that it would take like $100 million budget. Of course, those are kind of out or whatever. So how are you like vetting those screenplays that are like too expensive to produce?
Well, that's why it's a short project. Short films, and that's how we are looking at it. But we're also want to make sure that the content. I think, Chuck, the rules.
Yes.
You know how it's all set up to what we're looking for. So I'm gonna turn that over to Chuck. This is Chuck's brainchild.
Sure.
So I'm gonna let him kind of explain the rules and what we're going to be doing and what we're looking for.
Sure. Okay. And brainchild, a late night pizza dream out of some crazy thing. But the thing is the contest rules very strictly family, non-toxic.
Excellent.
And so we are doing 3 criteria that our judges have been given. It's not just, Chuck, we really kind of like this one, so we're going to go with this one. It's 3 criteria. Number 1, how are your characters? Do they have individual voices?
Right.
Are they realistic? Are they 3-dimensional characters? Number 2, how well told is this story? Is it a good story, well told? Because it can be a great story idea, but if it's not presented within the 4 corners of the screenplay, it doesn't do any good.
Yes.
And then number 3, how well does it adhere to the family-oriented, non-toxic view that we expect? So those are really the criteria.
Yes, that's great.
And obviously, conventional wisdom says a 3-minute script is going to cost less to produce than a 12-minute script. However, we're not closing off any doors. So if it's a 3-minute animated project that wins, that's going to cost a lot more than something that's shot in live production.
Yes.
So we're really looking at more of the content of the story because everything we do at VRS is high level. I mean that comes from the top down, high level.
Right.
And so we want to find something that the judges, who are not us, it's third party. So whatever they go with is what we go with, and that is whatever we can do at a very high level. And we do everything in house.
Yes.
I mean everything is in house. It's not like we have cameras like we've recently purchased the new Blackmagic 4K cinema camera.
Oh yeah, right.
And and that's a beauty. But to be able to produce the whole show at a very high level is really what's important.
Yes, it is.
So
right.
we have all the tools. We don't go out of house to do our computer generated images. They're all done in house. You saw the promo.
Yes,
that
very good.
that we did as a company.
Yes,
and
I know. I mean,
Jeffrey, the helicopter pilot,
right?
and
Exactly.
the Superdome in the woods. And if y'all haven't seen it, you're missing out.
Right.
You can go to our page, VRS Media Group, or see us on Facebook, and it's there.
I just want to know how the Statue of Liberty got in outer space.
It's a despicable act.
Yes,
it's a despicable act.
Right.
Nothing is safe. Nothing is sacred.
Y'all pull that off amazingly. Wow. I mean, did y'all have did y'all go to like Elon Musk or something with SpaceX and actually make the Statue of Liberty go? Or was that like, oh, I see it. That was that wasn't real. I'm sorry. I got you. I got you. That's how good it was. I thought it was real. Okay, well that's great. So of course, every film starts off with a good story first, but see, you already have the top-notch production facilities, so you're looking for a great story to match the top-notch production facilities and marry them two together.
Well, I think Jeffrey, you can throw in here, but I'm really thinking we're looking for something that's going to stretch us.
Yes.
We've got a lot of years. We have a lot of years doing this, but we want something that's going to stretch us. Something that that's what scratches our creative itch.
Yes.
It's something that comes in that's different.
Right. Never been done before.
Absolutely, or seldom done. So and we love doing homages. So if we have something that lends an homage to a previous short film or something that looks like something that's been done, we'll just do it better.
Right.
We'll just do it better. And technology, David, as we were talking about earlier, technology has really made it easy for us.
Yes, it has.
And Jeffrey and Amy, our CEO, have made a good point to invest in cutting edge technology. The problem is, as Jeffrey often says, just because you have the technology doesn't mean you can do the job.
True, yes.
Right? Prices have come down, which has lowered the barrier for people getting in. And however, if you don't know how to tell a story using that equipment, then you might as well be holding 2 sticks and some duct tape.
Yes.
Because it's really not going to do you any good.
That is absolutely true. And so what it's calling for, the writers of these screenplays, they have to, like I said, be multifaceted. Not only do you have to have good characters, you have to have an engaging story. You have to get all this stuff together into a nice, cohesive story that's very interesting to watch and to experience. And so that's going to take a lot of work.
Well, we would think so. We hope so.
Yes, and that's the good part about it. Not anybody can. You can't just submit something flippantly, or whatever, and expect it to win. You got to put some thought into this thing, some work.
And
yes.
And what we've seen so far, David, they are raising the bar.
Wow,
They
that's
are
awesome.
raising the bar.
I love it.
So
what is the time limit on this on the screenplay or page limit?
Short subject. Okay. So people have been submitting things that are usually around 10, 15 pages at the most. 4 to 5 is probably a good average.
Right. Okay.
So and it's the challenge is to be able to tell a complete story.
Yes.
At that level.
The shorter the better, almost you could say, right?
Well, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, that is great. So you have a lot of entries that are really kind of piquing your interest and everything, and that's great. It might make it kind of like it's really, really hard to narrow this thing down, guys. We need some help here,
Well, the way we're rolling it out is going to be really interesting. As Jeffrey and Amy and I have kind of rolled it out and looked at it. What we're going to do is the contest is over 11:59 October 4th.
Gotcha.
By October 14th, we will have narrowed it down with the judges to the top 5.
Okay. We'll
announce the top 5. And then on November 4th, 30 days later, we will announce the winner.
Yes.
And then we'll go into production from there.
Right. Great. So you realistically looking at production to be later on this year, like late November, December, or maybe it's stretching to next year possibly, or does it depend?
Just depends.
Gotcha.
Depends. We're not putting anything that's we're not going to put any limits on that because we don't want to limit the creativity and the stretching of our legs and doing something that's going to be really, really something that's going to be top notch.
Yes, I cannot wait to see. This is going to be amazing. I tell you what, we're going to submit our films, but I don't know. It sounds like they got us beat already. I don't know. Don't.
What we want is people to stretch themselves. And because like Chuck had said at the beginning, everybody's got one in their hip pocket.
Yes.
But which one is that film? Which one is that short project? Which we want people to stretch themselves, and not just like for us. Like we said, probably between us, we don't know how many films we got underneath our belts. We want to stretch us, our team here. And so bring your stuff, bring
Excellent.
it, please.
I got to ask this also. So is there going to be, you're going to do just one film, right? Or are there going to be like any honorable mentions, runners up, to say that, this guy almost made it, but it's worth mentioning, this is a great screenplay?
Well, we've kind of talked a little bit about that back and forth. We've not come up with anything definitive. But the important thing to take away here is, remember, we have 3 film industry professional judges. So it's just a win for, these guys don't just take scripts off the street. These guys are not people that just go, okay, anybody submit your script. These are people, in some cases, who you can't submit unsolicited material to.
That's incredible.
So we're putting it in front of them where they normally wouldn't. So, don't sit back and say, well, how could I possibly do any good? You're going to get the opportunity to be in front of people, and even if you don't win, you still got 3 people that are film industry known people who are going to be looking and reading your script.
I love it. That's awesome.
And so anything that happens with them outside of that purview, that's between you guys, right? We're going to have one winner.
Yep.
And we may say, these people did well, but remember, 5 semifinalists. So on October 14th, 5 semifinalists will be announced.
That's correct.
Sure.
Right. 5.
And that's the thing too, is we're getting these scripts in front of people that have produced films and directed films. We got some top-notch judges. Yes. So when they see you put your film in front of them, it might not be something for this, but they're saying, "Oh, I've been looking at something like this. Do you have a full feature from this?"
Right.
Is this or is this the only thing you got? I'm interested.
Right.
It gets them interested.
That's great.
Where you would normally not be in front of these people.
Yes, that is amazing. That is super cool.
Opportunity.
Yep.
Yes, I love it. That is great. So there's a question I want to ask. I'm trying to remember where we want to go with this. Okay, so that's very, very good. So is anything you want to talk about this before we move on to the next subject here? Okay, I remember what I want to ask. So, should the people, or any suggestions what the people should do with their screenplay before they submit it? Have it copywritten? Have it out there where it's set so nobody can take the story?
Sure. Well, most people don't realize it, and I don't want to go practicing law without a license here,
right.
But you own the copyright when you create the work. All you're doing when you send it off is registering the copyright that you already own.
Okay, right.
Okay, but right on the screen right now, we have our screen submission form that's on the website here.
Okay.
And if you notice, there's a hyperlink there that has rules. You see it says you want to know what the rules are, click here, bam, and it'll take you to the rules.
Got it, yes.
And then you're right there.
Yep.
So when you click that, it takes you to the rules, and it tells you, hey, these are the contest rules. This is what you have to do.
Excellent. Okay.
For example, it's very important that people understand, number one, if you have a script that's under option currently, you're not eligible.
Okay, you're out, yeah.
But if you submit a script and it goes into some kind of tie-up after that, some kind of what's the word I'm looking for here?
Well, I was thinking you might want to just explain what option is, because some people
Yeah,
might not
good idea.
understand
There you go.
that.
Good idea.
Yeah, an option is when you've put your script out there, someone else has read your script, and they want an option to do something with it. So they will give you some sort of an option fee to hold it, almost a right of first refusal.
Right.
That's what an option is.
Got it, right.
So if it's currently under option, which means somebody else has the right to do something with it, then you can't enter it. However, if you enter it and then you've sent it to already and they say, no, I'd like to option it now, you're still eligible.
Okay, excellent.
As long as it's not optioned before you go into the contest.
Excellent. That sounds great. So here's another question that popped up in my mind. How much creative control are the writers going to have over the film?
That's a very good question. They're really not going to have much.
Okay.
They're
Explain
writers.
that. Okay, right.
They're writers.
Yeah,
we are the producers and directors.
Right. Their writing is their
Good,
control.
good.
That is their control.
There you go.
That,
People, if anybody's submitting a script, listen to what they're saying now.
Yes.
When you back off when you get your script submitted.
Yep. This we have the creative license. This is what we're going to do to produce it. So produce it, and we're going to. If you look at any of our stuff or our history, that it's going to be something that's
it's going to be very good. It's going to be produced well, absolutely.
And the whole thing, I think, for writers to understand, because I know a lot of them want to have their hands. They want to get into it. That is not their job. Their job is to write and have content. Let the other people, experienced people that know what they're doing in this industry, to produce their thoughts and we're going to be very careful to keep everything, hopefully, that's gonna roll with it. I'm feeling like that.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. Well, think of it this way, David. They will have every right as is standard practice in the film industry. We're not doing anything different than anyone.
Right.
Anyone who would put up the money to make their screenplay a reality. Here's the difference. When they win the screenplay competition and we produce the short subject screenplay, the screenplay is theirs. The short subject film is ours to do with as we want because we paid to have it done. But they will still own the rights to their screenplay.
Excellent. That's great. Wow,
So
that's
all it is,
amazing.
we really are giving them a leg up with a very nice calling card to say, hey, here's
Wow.
something I wrote on visual. Here's my completed work.
Wow, so win-win situation for both of y'all. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
That is great. All right, so let's kind of dream a little bit here. Say, that's what it's all about, dreaming, right? Film industry.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right.
So this film that wins, you produce the film, it gets out there, it gets distributed on YouTube or whatever, it blows up. I mean, it's like a very good success. What happens then?
Well, what happens then financially is they would participate in the form of a residual, which would be standard practice in our industry.
Exactly.
Exact standard practice. Nothing special. Nothing.
Sure.
Nothing behind the curtain. Nothing secret that they have to worry about.
Right.
But then, of course, they still own the rights to the screenplay. So if it does well, then they own the rights to the characters. They can shop it to an independent or a studio to have a full feature done from there.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. People don't need to wait any longer. Get your screenplay out. Hurry up. If it's not finished yet, hurry up and finish it. Do something, because this is almost like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have something like this.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Well, at VRS Media, we want to support local production.
Yes.
We want to support independent
And
filmmakers.
you were doing that.
And so, and again, it's the kind of thing that, if you are a grip or an electrician or any film crew member, hang tight, because once we find that screenplay, we're going to be hiring people to make it with us.
Yes.
So it's important that if you're a grip or if you're a camera operator or assistant camera, tell your buddies that are screenwriters, send it in. send it in. Just go to our page, vrsmediagroup.com. Right in the middle of the page is a place to click. There's a form, the rules, everything right there. All you got to do is hit submit. Pretty simple.
Awesome. That is great. I'm really excited about this. Even if we don't win or whatever, it's going to be really cool to see who does win and kind of see the whole process as it plays out. And it's going to be just exciting. We support you guys any way we can. Whenever the film comes out later on this year, next year, let's have it back on. We'll talk about what happened, how the process went.
Well, we might want to. Do you want to talk about that a little bit about Film Fest?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Well,
we were talking beforehand about what you and your film commission here were talking about. VRS Media Group is putting on a family film festival in 2020.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, great.
In the spring.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. And so part of what we want to do is once the film is produced, we'd like to take it and at least use it for the opening night gala of our film festival.
Oh my goodness, that'd be great. Which leads me to another question to kind of backtrack. And so the winner of the screenplay contest, once the film is created and is ready to go, are y'all going to officially screen it somewhere?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good. That's going to be a lot of fun, too.
Yeah, and I have a friend who did a short film, and he did a screening. He invited me to his screening. Do you remember that?
Right, I sure do, yeah. I had an instructor one day that really taught me a whole lot about doing that kind of stuff, too.
Wow.
Right.
Good for you. You probably surpassed him, though.
No, especially not in height.
Well, okay. All right. Sooner or later, had to go there.
That is awesome. I think Timmy might have a question. We have a question on Facebook, actually.
Okay, cool.
Ask what format the screenplay has to be in.
Well, we would prefer that. Thank you for asking.
Yes,
first of all, we would prefer that it be in a typical screenplay format as defined by the writings of Sid Field, with margins and all that business. But if it's not perfect, that's okay.
Okay.
Send it in because, again, our readers and judges are guys who have been doing this, who've been doing this a long time. And so don't let the lack of knowledge about a perfect screenplay format stop you from sending it in.
Great. That's
Send
awesome.
it. We want it. Send it.
But what's good is it's going to stretch you also.
Yes,
so
indeed.
if you're going to be a serious screenwriter, then you need to learn this. And
Please.
this is, again, this is going to stretch you and say, okay, what do I have to do? You can go to YouTube, Google it. It'll help guide you in that.
Right.
So, and that's what we want. We want to stretch you, and as we stretch ourselves.
And they can send an email to me, chuck@vrsmediagroup.com, and I will help them. Because, as you know,
we had classes. Yeah, that's great.
Classes.
So what's some software you'd recommend to help them get started?
Well, Word will do just fine.
Okay, great.
Word will do just fine. I write everything in Final Cut.
Okay.
Because Final Cut is, Final
Cut
Draft. Final Cut's the editing software. Final Draft, because it gives people the ability to go in, not only to write, but also to put out the elements that are needed for scheduling, budgeting, and that kind of thing.
Right.
But the last screenplay that I was asked to write, I did in Word.
Oh, really? Okay.
I wrote it in Word. Yeah.
So you did the manual indentations and everything?
I actually made macros to mimic the proper margins and the proper text and the proper size courier 10-point.
So why'd you decide to go that route instead of go to Final Draft? Just to kind of just challenge yourself or just make yourself think?
At the moment, I couldn't afford Final Draft.
Gotcha. Totally
and now,
understand.
now it's iPad for $20.
Yes, the app.
Originally, back when I wrote this, it was like $400.
Yes, that's ridiculous. Wow. Yeah. Of course, it is like the standard they were saying, or one of the standards, I guess.
Sure.
Hollywood standard.
Yes.
It helps you be accurate and everything too. That's really good that you're giving some leeway on people that you don't have to be this perfect Hollywood screenwriter to get your stuff done.
Well, either we want to help or we don't.
Right.
Yes.
And we want to help, and so that's why I say it doesn't have to be perfect. Email chuck@vrsmediagroup.com, and I will help you with the formatting.
Perfect. And like Jeff, like you said, it's like, you may not be where you need to be now, but this will help you get to where you need to be.
Exactly right.
That's a great point.
We're always as I say, you better be green and growing and not red and rotten.
Oh my goodness! Say that again.
You can't. You got to be green and growing, not red and rotten. Because if you're not going to make it in this industry. You're not going to make it in life. Mm-hmm. And as you know us through many, many years,
yes,
we're always trying to become better. Like I said, I've been in 33 years. Chuck's going to be 37 years, and we still have to be better. Mm-hmm. We're stretching ourselves.
Even
veterans
now, right,
in this industry, and we're still stretching us. So you young guys and gals, it's always there's always going to be something. There's always something you can learn, whether it's in life or your vocation or your family or your job. always be that person that people want to be around that's trying to become better.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
High tide raises all boats.
That's right.
Yes, that's great. That's very, very good. So another thing I would like to let you kind of expound upon too. A lot of people think, well, I'm just too old to do this. I got this the other day. Somebody told me I'm just too old to start learning how to sing. No, you're not. Come on. If you still have a voice, now's the time to do it.
If you're still breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
If you're still breathing, there's opportunity.
You're right. For whatever you want to do, right?
Absolutely. How old was Colonel Sanders when he started Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Let's go there.
Come on.
How
Trivia.
He was like 59.
Yep.
Come on.
Something like late 50s for sure. Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken. What if he wouldn't have done that? What if he'd have said, well, I'm too old? You know, then we'd be just Popeyes and they'd run out of chicken sandwiches and everybody would just be mad.
That's right.
So
That's true.
They thought they'd run out of chicken sandwiches. Now they really would have. If
Yes.
KFC wouldn't have been there.
True, yeah, competition. Well, see, there you go. That's it. So just like take that into whatever you want to do, and just say, hey, look, now is the time. You're not getting any younger. You know, now is the time to do whatever you want to do. I told that to this person last week. You know, and you're gonna find out. This person was 15 years younger than I was. I'm going like, I'm 51 years old. You're gonna find out one day. You're gonna wake up and you go like, dude, I got to get on the bandwagon and start doing some stuff that I want to do.
Yep.
Me and Timmy calculated I got about 18,000 more days on this earth if I live to be 76 years old.
Wow.
And that's not including sleeping and eating and stuff like that. So it's kind of
See?
depressing in a way, but it's like it means do it now.
Finish.
But we really don't know how long we have on this earth.
Oh my goodness, go there. Yes.
So the issue is what am I doing today? What am I doing right now, sitting here with Chuck and Dave?
Right now.
Right now, this moment, what am I doing? I'm sitting here in front of Chuck, my friends, just hopefully helping somebody that's looking at this.
Right.
And that, to me, that is still moving forward, still going forward, still trying to be better, still trying to do the right stuff.
Absolutely.
Because success is not a destination. We say it all the time, right? It's the journey. That's
right.
So it's never too late to start the journey. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step.
Yes, I love it. That's great. Listen to that, guys. Anybody out here's listening, when you like this and share it, listen to this. This is great stuff.
Listen to this old guy.
And this is
listen
free.
to these old guys. It's free.
They're not even charging you. This is free.
That's right. That's right.
That's so funny.
Well, that sounds great. So we got everything pretty much wrapped up about the screenplay contest. So once again, if anybody has any questions or whatever, VRSmediagroup.com, and learn all about anything you want to know. Get in contact with Chuck or Jeff through email, and they'll answer any other questions, and you're good to go.
Absolutely.
Don't miss the deadline.
Please.
Yes, that's great. All right, so we're going to go segue into your book. Tell us a little bit about your book and how you're coming along with it.
Well, it's done. Okay, there we go. Appreciate it, buddy. Fruitful Life of Significance. It's done. It's paperback. It's at Amazon. You can go in, just type in my name, Jeffrey L. Horner is my author name, and in Amazon, and it'll be at the top. It'll be the first thing, or A Fruitful Life of Significance. And what it is, it'll be right there too. You can get a paperback, ebook, and Kindle Unlimited. It's also going to be in Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and Lifeway. And so, yeah, it's. I'm hoping that it's gonna touch some lives. I had a friend of mine, a close Christian brother of mine. We do a class together and a study together. We've been doing it for many, many, many years. And one day he said, I pray for my family 7 words that I've been praying for 50 years. And I'm like, wow, that is impressive. So he told us what the words, and I'm not going to tell you what the words are because you need to buy my book.
Excellent, yes.
So I added 2 more words. And the title is 9 words that can change your life and the lives of the people around you. And he is proof in the pudding. And when he told me this a few years ago, I asked him, I said, can I use that? Can I use this to I want to write a book about this? And he said, absolutely. So when you read my book, the foreword, he did my foreword.
Oh, great.
So kind of tells a little bit about him and about what our relationship is. But I'll tell you what, this has been a challenge. When you talk about stretching, all of those people out there that are saying, I want to write a book, and you had an idea and this and this and this and this, you just have to do it. I am 59 years old. And I started it last year. And it was a challenge, but at the same time, the reward for me just to have it be a published author. And after that, I've got 9 more books coming out from this. It's going to be a series of 10 books. And but I wouldn't have done that without people in my life that are authors, which Chuck is a published author also, that have helped me, encouraged me, and loved up on me and helped me, that you get people around you that are green and growing too. If you got people that are toxic around you or negative around you, love up on them, but you need people to get you, like I said, the tides will raise,
High tide raises all boats.
High tides raises all boats. You need people around you that are encouraging and loving on you and trying to grow. And that's what I've got. I've got a few really strong men and women around me that encourage me and love up on me, even when I make mistakes and fall short, which is often.
Right. Yeah. Join the club.
Well, I should point out that this book was announced first on this show.
It was.
Yes, it was.
So it's kind of a full circle kind of deal,
It sure
because
was.
if it was announced initially here just a few short months ago, and bam, there it is.
There it is.
And we invited you back, like you said, and you came back and you brought the proof in the pudding. Here
That's
it is.
right. There it
I love it.
is.
That's
There
great.
it is.
And
Y'all
probably
keep
next
talking
time.
about pudding, man. Y'all keep talking about pudding. I'm getting hungry.
It's getting close to lunch, yeah. And then I'm probably thinking next time we have you back, we could be talking about this film coming up that won the contest. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we want to bring the winner on
yeah.
and kind of walk through the
Oh,
production
dude.
process, right?
That would be awesome. Yeah, because we will have 4 mics by the time he comes in.
Yep.
Possibly
and,
5.
and let me say, we appreciate you
Yes.
helping the talent
Yes.
grow around
I
here.
appreciate it.
Folk putting a spotlight, because man, that makes all the difference.
Yes, it does.
Without support, we talk about green and growing. Without a little sunshine, with a little watering and a little pruning, the plants
Yes.
don't grow right.
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 I appreciate that. That's what we want to do, man. That's what we want to do. Now, there are other people like me that are doing it better and bigger, but we're just one more little thing in a whole pool of things that's helping to get the word out. And anything we can do is fine.
Well, just growing. You're doing great, man.
Yeah.
We've been watching you grow since you've been doing this.
Yes,
And just
and
keep growing, buddy.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it.
Keep growing.
I want to kind of have a few little words of encouragement to the people that are watching, because if you did some research on podcasts, the average podcast fizzles out after about 7 episodes, because they just say, this is just too much. I can't handle it, or I didn't know this much was involved. Preparation. I mean, I got to spend a lot of time preparing for a show. I got to spend a lot of money.
Yep.
Not necessarily a lot of money, but so we're 50 or 41 episodes in right now, and so we are in it to win it, is what I say.
Yeah,
And so we spend too much time, effort, money, and energy and resources. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. We're just going to get bigger and bigger.
Proof in the pudding.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like you said, it's really interesting. I can go back on my 10th show and go and say, this is horrible. Are you serious, man? I almost want to take it down, but I'm going to leave it up.
Yeah.
I want to leave all my episodes up, no matter how bad they are, because if you just listen to them, the visuals are kind of bad. If you just listen to it, so it's good information. And I saw myself developing as a talk show host, if you want to call me a talk show host or whatever, or a host. There's a certain skill that goes into interviewing somebody, and I'm a novice right now still. But there's an art to directing a conversation, and depending on who you have, some people are easy, some people are hard. And so you listen to your favorite podcasters, you listen to your favorite radio host, and you take notes from them. And so,
Why do you look at me when you said hard? I don't get it. Why do you look at me?
Right.
Brett ain't got to be like that.
Well, it's just, I don't know. It's like you get in people's mind, I don't know.
But it's the teaching, like you said, the teaching, as we were saying, it's just one step. It took you one step to sit there and have an idea and say, I want to do this because, and have your motives right, and saying, my motive is I want to be able to help the local community. Just like with our film festival and with this contest, we want to help the local filmmakers and even just filmmakers in general. But at the same time, the writers, it starts right there. If you don't have a good story, you might as well just shut it down.
That's correct. You're right.
So, but you started, like you said, you look back. I tell you what, any successful person that is out there, you go and talk to them about how they started and where they started. Well, let's look at Chuck. When he started many years ago, let's look at Chuck. Look at Chuck. When he started, many years ago, just like me, we didn't think we could be where we're at today. There is no
idea, right?
possible way. So that's an
Wow.
encouragement that wherever you're at is where you're supposed to be. So that one step is the next step to be where you're gonna be.
Wow. That's
Go
good stuff
go
there.
to. Go to where you want to be. Don't let it come to you. You go to it.
That's it. Most people want their ship to come in, but they never sent the ship out.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and the nice thing, tying this back into the book, is we're also going to be putting out weekly bits and pieces of A Fruitful Life So yes, read the book. Yes, get the book and read it, but also on VRS Media's Facebook,
Facebook,
and YouTube. Sorry,
and
We
YouTube.
knew what you're talking about.
We are going to have Jeffrey is going to be doing little bits and pieces of the book to kind of promote the thought processes and the positivity behind the book.
Right.
So
That's great.
so we're combining the VRS Media Group media portion with the Jeffrey L. Horner writer portion to make something new and exciting.
Yeah, and then we
Wow.
have in Chuck's thing too, just like he's a writer, just like his 10-second talk.
Yeah,
right.
I watch them all. They're good.
Yeah,
I do watch them.
Well, I get them wrapped up in the first 15, 20 seconds
That's what
because they're
I was
only
gonna
10 seconds long.
Yeah, that's right. Right. Exactly. 'Cause I know it's 10 seconds. I'm ready to swipe up to the next one as soon as you finish. But I got some good stuff out of it, though.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
That's awesome.
That's all it's what it's about.
Yeah.
Put out good stuff.
That's great. So you have some more books coming out after this, which is really exciting because
Yes.
we know this is just the very beginning right here.
Yes.
And I would imagine that it was a learning process to get this book here finished, which is going to make it a little bit easier for the next ones coming up and everything.
My editor's going to love my next one. This one right here, me and her, Lisa, shout out to you. Appreciate you so much. She helped me tremendously, and so did Chuck, and so did Amy, my wife. They all helped in the editing. And I'm shouting out to Lisa because Lisa was the the grammar goddess.
Right. Lisa
Calhoun. Lisa Calhoun,
Yeah.
exactly right.
Right.
Yeah, y'all talked. Didn't you?
yeah.
That was
She was
showing
here.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Lisa Calhoun. She really helped me, and so we've learned. Both of us have learned how to be better on the next one, and I've learned how to write better. I've learned how to format it better, which is not any formatting at all. Leave it alone. Let them do that.
Right.
Right. So that's my hope. I'm hoping to have a series here, and we'll again. Today we're supposed to be right here. I might write a little bit this afternoon, maybe. We'll see.
Right.
But that's this afternoon.
And I remember the last show that you were on, I listened to it a bunch of times because, every time you listen, you catch something that you didn't catch before. Even if you listen 10 times, you always catch something. And so I remember you talking about the writing process. So just a little bit of time every day, a little bit at a time, and just write as you can, but just do it consistently is what you were saying.
Yeah, the writers like John Maxwell and Jerry Jenkins, these geniuses in writing and all their stuff. They that's their philosophy, is saying, okay, you map out your time and you don't let anybody bother you. You get in there and do it. I'm a little different. I take, when I have windows of time, because I'm so busy with so many things, I look at, okay, this afternoon I've got 2 hours, and I just sit down and I write. And I just write, and it's just, I've been blessed so far in this book, and in my next one I'm in right now, it's a Fruitful Life of Wisdom. And that's the first word. So I'm giving that to you for free. That's the first word.
Right.
So that's my next book. And when I sit down, I feel like I'm blessed. I really do. That it just comes to me. And I just write. And when you're writing, one of the things you do is you just write. You don't worry about grammar. You don't worry about punctuation. You don't worry about anything. You let it flow. And that's when then you go back after and kind of fix that up. But don't ever stop the creative process, ever, because of punctuation or because of grammar or because of anything like that. And then you can always go back. And then when you reread, because each chapter I write, I probably read it 20 times at least, and tweak it and tweak it and tweak it and tweak it. Then when I get through in my editor, then we tweak it again. But that's just that, to me, that's my creative walk.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Any thoughts to add to that?
Well, no, I think Jeffrey's right, because what you have to concentrate on is the idea. Don't let something like punctuation muck up your idea.
Yeah.
You as a writer, it's your job to put out the high-level creative things, not let everybody do their job. There's an editor involved. There's a formatter involved. Let them do what they do, and you do what you do. You be the creator of high-level ideas. So, I think Jeffrey's absolutely right.
Yeah, that's great. Very, very good. So I have to always looking forward and everything. So things like this can blow up. So do you plan on having these available in church bookstores?
Yes, I'm actually getting with Mike Heyman of
Healing Place.
Actually Friday.
That would be great.
He actually endorsed me.
Really?
Yeah, he's an endorsement, and I love you, Mike. I love you, Mike. In the book, in my book, yeah, he endorsed me.
That's great. That's awesome.
And as a lot of other men that I respect and love, I'm actually just getting with him to give him a signed copy.
Right.
Right. And if it happens, great. That's not why I'm doing it.
Sure.
It's more because I love him and I want to give him a signed copy, and he has his own from me. But there's there's a lot of places that I'm hoping, if the Lord says the same, that I'll be.
Well, that's great. I'm excited for you. I really am. It's just always good to have stuff like this. This is something that would have been in this man's private, thing forever, and nobody ever would have known about it until you came along and picked it up and brought it out for the masses to see and everything. So that's like a once in a lifetime thing that's going to happen. So what about you think? What are you envisioning that this book can possibly blow up into? If it gets really, really popular, and it's available now on Amazon and all these platforms on a national basis right now.
International.
But international basis, yeah. So, but it's just getting started. So we're going to see how it does in the future. Yeah. And I think it's going to do very, very well.
Sure. And one thing I got to say is you just mentioned how, Jeffrey is bringing out these words that this guy's been praying kind of thing until he brought it out. The truth is, having read the book, that Jeffrey kind of takes the words, but there's a lot of his life in this book. Yeah. A lot of stories of reality and what my favorite thing is that you read the book and then you realize when you know the man that the man practices what's in the book. Right. And that's where the power is, right? That's where the power, being able to read the book and put those practice in your life from someone who practiced them in his life.
Yes, right.
That's the important thing. That's the powerful thing. Because words on a page, unless it's the Word of God, unless it's the Bible, it doesn't do you a lot of good.
True.
But these are things you can take and implement.
That's
great. That's what's really big about it.
Yes, it's relatable to everybody. That's great. Well, I cannot wait to read it. My copy ought to be in today. Amazon says it'll be in today, so I'm gonna read it tonight.
I was hoping you had it here, and I was gonna sign it for
really.
you.
Well, I'll catch up with you later on.
I might have to do this one right here for you.
Well, if you want to, you can. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna promote it and everything, get it out there. I want to get the ebook. I bought the paperback, but I want to get the ebook, which I think is already free because I got Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Kindle Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Oh, that's right. Kindle Unlimited. That's what it is, right? I saw that on the screen.
Yes.
So because I'm on the go at nighttime, so I just read things on my phone a whole lot and everything. But I do like to have a physical copy.
And that's what the smart people do. The smart people get the ebook.
Right. Yes, they do.
The really brilliant people get the ebook.
Right.
My first sale of the ebook right here.
Right. There you go.
And then my sister first sale. My support of my family for my paperback.
Yes,
and so I got the support.
That's great. Timmy's looking it up right now online.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Bam. There it is. Pow.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Fruitful Life. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And who knows? We could be coming out of it a movie or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, I know a few writers. I know a few people. When I write, I know a few producers and people that can handle this. But it's if I wouldn't have stopped, as I'm hoping this will get out there, if I wouldn't have stopped and said, okay, I want to do this and do it, that's the difference.
At a high level.
Yeah, at a high level. That's what I want. Everything that we do, my marriage, my friendships, my anything that I do, not because of me, but because that's where I want to be. I want to be better. I want to be the best that I can be. And I fall short. And again, I want people to understand that I am fallible. I make mistakes. I fall short. The difference is that I try to pick myself back up with support of people in my life that are trying to stay at that level.
Right. That's good stuff. Yeah.
It's like giraffes giving birth. Happens at a very high level.
You see what I got to deal with every day? Come on, man.
5,000 out-of-work comedians, and here I am on your show.
Right. That's another book you need to write. You need to write some Chuck Bushisms.
Oh my goodness. 10-second talks.
10-second talks. That's it.
Right. You might be a Chuck Bush follower if.
Oh my gosh! Here's your sign, and it says "Good talk."
Yeah, right. That's great. That's very, very good. Okay, so what are we doing like on time, Tim?
45.
Really, 45? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. If there's anybody that's watching on Facebook right now, we're live on Facebook. If you have any questions you want to ask Jeff or Chuck, type them in there. Timmy will come give us the questions, or maybe we pull them up on the screen right here too.
Yeah.
That's a possibility. We're glad to answer any questions that you might have.
Any requests? I will not dance on tabletop.
Right.
Unless there are dollar bills involved.
Right.
But apart from that,
right.
let us know.
Hey,
because we're here right now, captive audience.
That's right.
That's right.
If the
That's
money's
right.
right. Yeah, just
That's right.
so if anybody, here we are on Facebook right here.
Look at
So
that.
if anybody wants to.
Man, who's that good-looking guy there?
Right.
Full screen.
Oh,
That's a
man.
lot of good looking all of a sudden.
That's right. Yeah, look at that.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's awesome.
I'll tell you what, you can take Tim's nailing it, buddy. I'll tell you what, your producer guy is
Oh, yeah.
he is just right on. I've been watching him jump around all over the place to
Right.
make sure things are flowing.
Yeah,
That's
he's
really
good.
Yeah, I saw that cartwheel a second ago.
Yeah, that was cool. Y'all missed it. He was behind the camera.
We got wood floors in the building, so we got to be careful. So
Yeah,
the next door neighbors and the under neighbors down here. But that's great. So is this pretty much the two main things you got going on right now? Because I know you're very busy in your other professional life doing videos and stuff. So, but this is kind of your highlights currently right now.
We have a film project that we're working on for VRS, and then obviously the film festival is kind of a big thing.
That's great.
That's kind of a big thing.
So you're looking like for a venue for that? To of course you got to have a venue for it to show the films.
Yeah, we're actually tentatively at Cinemark in Perkins Row.
Great.
We've already been dealing with the portico area in terms of registration, that sort of thing, and legalities, all that other fun stuff, and Amy, the third wheel of the film fet here is really been working behind the scenes trying to make those things happen.
Great.
Again, always at a high level, and so much experience from the wedding market when these guys did the wedding market.
Oh yeah.
So it's like putting on an old pair of boots for her. She just kicking names and taking butt.
Yeah. Right. So it's basically just a big function or event or at a venue, pretty much is what it is, and you got to have all these logistics involved. You got people coming in. You got it's a lot of stuff.
You got technical. You have films that need to be shown. They have to be sent in a certain format, right? They're all looking for a DCP, which is a digital cinema project file that gets played digitally on the digital cinema. So, a lot of work, a lot of technical stuff. The good news is, when life throws you curveballs like that, it's a good thing to get a bunch of curveball hitters with you.
That's right.
Yeah. So we know how to do it. We've been doing it a while.
Right.
Easy
and
stuff.
if it is successful, it'll be the first annual.
That's right.
That is correct.
That's exactly right.
That is correct.
That's what I'm looking forward to, because we already have the Louisiana Film Festival. We have, what's the other one we have? We have a couple of film festivals every year.
The Irish Film Festival. The Jewish Film Festival.
Right.
Yeah. Well, what we wanted to do is we want to make sure it's family friendly.
Right.
And we are filmmakers promoting filmmakers.
Right.
That's what our goal is family friendly, non-toxic, and filmmakers promoting filmmakers.
Right.
That's what that's the difference. It's usually some people are not filmmakers doing film festivals. We are filmmakers doing a film festival.
Yeah, that's gonna make for a great experience.
Yeah, so we're hoping that's going to be a little different feel. We're hoping.
Right.
That's what our hope is. Our
and,
goal.
A lot of things that come with the film festival is drawing like a big name or something. Like a big actor name or big director or something. That's always like a little drawing card.
Sure. Well, and we have a few of those in our pocket. People that we know.
Yeah.
The other thing that's going to set us apart is it's not just about filmmakers, but we also are going to have at least 2 panel discussions.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's very, very good.
Right.
Yes,
so the people are coming here who want to be filmmakers or who are semi-aspiring or novice filmmakers will be able to come in and sit in the panel and go, okay, and I don't want to give away the topics right now.
Sure,
we'll be making the announcement after the first of the year.
Yep.
Yes.
But we're talking about the last weekend in March, by the way, so mark your calendars.
Yes.
Save the date. Last weekend in March is what we're talking about.
Yep.
That is going to be a very good time of year, too, kind of springtime. It's
Yep.
getting a little cooler or warmer, I should say. So
Right.
That's going to be very good. All right, well, cannot wait. We got a lot of stuff going on for sure between y'all two. That is great. And meanwhile, while you're doing all this stuff, you're still cranking out some great video projects on the side. Anybody wants to come with y'all with any video projects or anything, tell them how to get in touch with y'all.
Yeah, well, it's you can go to VRS Media Group and go to the contact page.
Right.
Oh, look at that. There we go. There's 2 of us. So yeah, and we do. Just go to our website. Go check out all our tab, and we got something.
This
coming
just in.
Yeah, just in.
He says tell people to click on the notification bell to get updates when we go live. Yes.
Yes, please do.
Yes.
You need to know. You need to know.
Yeah.
You need to be in the know.
Yep, and subscribe to or like the Dave K Show Facebook page, Instagram, and YouTube channel. Mainly the Facebook and YouTube is the main things. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. No, that's what that's just part of it, And if you have some place like VRS Media Group Facebook page or the Dave K Show or whatever that you subscribe to, make sure you hit that bell, because then it's going to let you know when we're going live or we got something new coming out or something that's fresh, and it'll let you know. And you can go off of it. You can click off of it. But if it's something,
right,
Dave K's got a new one out. Let me watch this.
Exactly. Now, so my phone dings whenever y'all upload a video on is it Vimeo? No, is it Vimeo?
It could be Vimeo. It
maybe
could
YouTube.
Be in YouTube.
It says
Your
VRS
subscriber.
Media just uploaded a video. I think it says Vimeo.
Okay,
could
so
be.
you're connected there. Yes, because we
Yeah.
have a Vimeo channel too.
Okay.
So yeah. So and our YouTube we're working on. Actually, Chuck and I are going to be hitting it pretty hard this
Great.
week to update and get our YouTube channel
Yeah.
really
So like and
sweet.
subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Connectivity.
Yeah, connectivity.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The lady we had on, Miss Karen Robertson, she's like a social media expert. She was telling me that Instagram now is like the big thing.
It is.
Of course, it's free. So
It is. It is. Yeah. No, absolutely, it is. And yeah, I kind of prefer Instagram. I'm not a big Twitter guy.
Yeah.
Because Instagram, filmmakers, pictures, Instagram.
You'd be right.
Get
right.
to put up a visual, tell a little bit of a story, bam, there it is.
Yep. Right.
The other thing though, and storytellers is what we are. I mean, that's what we do.
Yeah.
So a moment ago you mentioned, any other video projects. Yes, because we're great filmmakers, and I always say that not in the context of we're so awesome, but because we're allowed to continue to make films. We're also great storytellers. So if you need an instructional video, you need a safety video, guess what? We tell just as good a story that way
right.
as we do in our features, in our short films, in our podcasts, and all the other things that we do.
Right. That's awesome. So podcast, go there. So what about the podcast?
Well, we have a show that we're developing right now.
Awesome,
That's
okay.
going to have a television presence, a web presence, and a podcast presence.
Yes, indeed. That's
So
great.
kind of across all that.
Yeah.
Oh boy, look
Oh,
at that
yeah.
face.
Look at that. Look at that.
There's a face only a mother could love, and
There's
she.
Amy. Yeah, Amy.
she makes me- yeah.
Chuck, and,
Oh, yeah, look at that.
My goodness.
Which,
Oh,
what news station is that on down there? Is that
Channel 2.
Yeah, it's Channel 2.
Oh, okay.
WBRZ.
That's
Yeah,
Amy
that's
and
Amy and
me
Chuck
and
doing-
Ashley being interviewed on Channel 2. What, a couple of weeks ago, talking
3
about
weeks ago. Yeah,
3
something
weeks
like
ago,
that.
talking about the screenplay competition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Screenplay. It was actually announced there. That was
Great.
that for the contest. So that was
Right. That's great.
yeah.
So before we go, I think, Tim, how long do we have left?
8 minutes.
8 minutes?
Oh,
Wow, 8 minutes.
Wow.
We don't have to go to the very end, but I do want to discuss another thing. So, being that
Sure.
you offer video projects for businesses and stuff like that, just describe the changing market right now as far as if somebody wants to get their content out there. Television commercials are kind of going by the wayside. How can y'all help people with their businesses get on? Get online or whatever to get known. Or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's about the story now and authenticity. People want to see authenticity, and that was where on my book that's when Chuck had said, I'm telling you some things in my book that have happened in my life that hopefully will be able to help you to understand. Wow, if he was here, then I could get there where he's at. Being blessed that way. It's the same way in social media. You just market social media any way you can get it out there.
right.
But if your content stinks, then sometimes that does have an advantage, but not really,
Not in a good way.
not in a good way, because you want where your product, your service, or whatever. When I want to look for something or I want to do something, I want the quality. I want to know that they know what they're doing. I want to know that they are authentic on who they're doing. They are credible. And those are the things that we do. And we know how to do that visually.
Right.
And help them, not just saying, okay, well, here's your commercial, you go do what you want with it. We're going to help them and guide them and direct them with their product.
Right.
To be able to say, okay, this would be a good idea to go here. You've got a Facebook page? No, I don't have a Facebook page. Okay, well, let's see if we can help you there. You got Instagram, YouTube. What do you have? And this is
Right.
how to do this. We're developers, really,
Right.
storytellers and developers. We're not video guys,
Right,
Even though that's a
yeah, thank you.
byproduct.
Right.
And
That's
at the
80s.
at the end of the day, David, it's about eyeballs, right? The folks at the ad agencies, they just want to know eyeballs. How many people are seeing this? Because that's how they evaluate the value of the product.
Right.
All right. So is a cat playing the piano going to get a lot of views? Well, probably so, but it's not going to tell the story about who you are as a company.
True.
It's going to be, okay, so they're a pet store? Is that where they should know? It's not. It's about that. It's about being able to connect the audience to what you do. Yes, it's about quality. That is true. But it's also about putting out something that really tells a story of who and what you do. So when they walk away after that 30 seconds or a minute or what have you, or from that Instagram TV video, that they understand who you are, what you're doing, and how well you do it. Turns into how you can help them, turns into not only a view. Views are important, but click-throughs, that's really what's important. Someone who clicks that link, clicks through to the next level. Without that, you really don't do, it's not commerce. It's just fun and showing.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what advertisers are looking for that. They're looking for eyeballs so they can click through.
Yes. Very, very good. Times are changing, aren't they? That is amazing. Well, that sounds great. Some very, very good advice from both you guys. Love what you got coming up here. The future's looking pretty bright for the next 6 months or so, or 6 months to a year. Gotta wear shades. Yes, that's great. So is there anything else y'all guys want to go over before we shut this thing down here? We went over a whole lot.
Sure. Buy the book.
Yes.
Yeah,
One more
buy the
time.
book.
Buy the books.
Put a
Buy
plug
the
in.
book. Bada bing, buy the book.
Yeah.
Right.
Please.
What does the back of the book look like? Let's see.
Oh yeah, it's got more
Okay.
information and
Just not pictures of me.
yeah. Well, no,
It's like, what the heck, man?
Photoshop is awesome. So as you can see, it's the gray is a little grayer here now than it was in this picture. But,
Right.
yeah.
Well, that's great. So real quick, so the front cover art, because I always like to go behind the scenes.
Okay.
Tell us about the cover art.
That is. I put a lot of thought into this. A fruitful life of significance. So I used the grapes because. Actually, you need to read the book, and then it's going to be the same thing on all my whole series is going to be on fruit and why the fruit is on the cover.
Okay,
like,
right.
Wisdom, I'm going to give it a little tidbit on wisdom. It's an apple, and that's how we're going to create the cover. And why is an apple? There we go. Look at that. Why is an apple important to wisdom? And it's because of one of the things that God has made. And each book is going to have its own fruit.
Yes, indeed.
I'm giving y'all a little
Love it.
more
Preview.
Preview.
Yeah.
That's
Spoiler alert.
Sneak.
Yeah, that just makes people want to buy it more and more.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah, so.
Well, that's great. Well, I'll tell you what, this is really good. So we're just going to kind of sit back and watch what happens from here on out. The guys that don't want to get involved with it, they're going to sit back. I'm going to try to get involved too. Be looking for our stuff to be submitted pretty soon, and I can't wait. It's going to be really cool.
Just don't woulda, shoulda, coulda. Man, I wish I'd have said it. I wish I'd have done that.
Right.
Watching these things happen, watching them unfold, watching the gala event at the film festival next year. Don't be going, man, if I just would have. Because here's how you know the outcome. You don't enter.
Yep.
That's how you know.
You're
know.
guaranteed.
That's
right.
how
Guaranteed
you know.
that
Guaranteed you don't
outcome.
win nothing.
This is true. You're guaranteed not to win or do anything if you
That's
don't
right.
do anything at all. That's
That's
great.
right. We want to see it.
That is
Yep.
awesome.
Please.
Well, that is great. Well, so so we're definitely gonna have you back on again in the future, once or twice within
Awesome.
the next 6 months or so. Kind
Great,
of give us some
thank you.
updates and everything. I cannot wait to read your book. I'm gonna read it tonight. And
Easy read.
yes,
Easy
and,
read because I wrote it. So,
right.
yeah.
Right. So, and I'm gonna I'll put a little review on my Facebook and kind of get
That'd
it
be
out
great.
there.
That'd be
And
great.
I'm
I'd
sure
appreciate
I'm gonna
it.
highly recommend. I'll put a Amazon review too, which is very important.
Yes,
Right?
yes. Amazon review. If y'all buy my book, please put it on Amazon, good or bad. I just want to know what's going on. Because I'm always green and growing.
Yes.
It's great to have the kudos, but I won't grow on the mountaintop.
Absolutely,
I grow
yeah.
in the valley.
Yep,
You will
constructive
grow in the
criticism.
valley.
That's right. It always does the job. Constructive criticism. Well, that sounds great. All right, well, we're going to shut it down right here, but we really appreciate everybody watching the show today. It was kind of an off day that we did something on a Tuesday. And once again, I just want to put a plug in for the Dave K Show. Wherever you go, you might see this poster. Make sure you tune in, like, and subscribe. And all of our guests have some type of link or something where we can kind of go from our place to their place, which is really cool. So make sure you do that. And we're going to pretty much shut it down right here. We will be back later on this afternoon. We're going to have Casey Fry coming in talking about like Deja Vu, which is going to be pretty cool. That'll be our 42nd episode, I think it is.
Vujade.
All right, exactly. And we will have another show coming up this Friday, so we're kind of cranking them out this week and
And you
everything.
are.
Yes, we are. So, okay, well, good deal. So for Mr. Chuck Bush, Mr. Jeffrey Horner, I'm David K. Gyro, and everybody have a great week, and we'll see you soon.
See ya.